There's something different about mantras. When you're singing them, you're not necessarily thinking about your relationships in that way. It's a meditation, and you're just, there's a mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which a lot of people know if they go to yoga class. And that's, may all beings be happy and free. May my life be giving to this happiness and freedom for all. And it's that intention. When you realize that what you do matters and that you have this opportunity to serve people, and that's what your life is really about. And on the new mantra CD I'm working on, I sing the mantra, but then I also say the English translation. And I really wanted to just weave in English so people listening who don't necessarily understand Sanskrit can hear the Sanskrit prayer. It could resonate with them. They hear it over and over, so they start like singing the words. And then they hear the English and they just realize, oh, I know what this is about. And it's about peace, and it's about oneness, and I'll say Shanti, Shanti, and just kind of plant all these things with that same intention. We were in Paris, and I believe it was 87, and we were playing in this park, and there was a castle. It looked like it was miles away, and in between it was filled with people. And I think it was a couple 100,000 people or something amazing, but it's just the way that it was laid out, where you just could look. It was just this ocean of people. And at one point, this is really inspiring. At one point during a ballad, they all had lit their lighters. So you saw all these beautiful lights. And at the end of all the beautiful lights, you saw this lit up castle. And it was just one of these moments of my life that was, I'm going to remember this forever. This is so beautiful. There's a songwriter who I've actually sung in his band since I was about 18 around LA, and he still is playing in the same club every maybe one Saturday a month or something, and his name is Danny Peck. And his songs are just so amazing, and you find that when you go to see him play, you feel like you're going to church, because the songs he's singing are political, but they're so full of heart. And it always, going to see him and hearing his music always puts me back on the right track. I didn't know that much about it other than, hearing things on KCRW, these stories that you hear from all different people around the world, what's going on with people, being just brutally tortured and for no reason. Then I met this man who's the director of the film Darfur Now on the airplane coming back from Austin in October. And I always feel that those kind of meetings are so meant to be. And he played me this song that Bono sang for the movie, and he was so excited about it, and he played it for me on his iPod. I was listening to that. He gave me the cards of the film, and I promised him I'd go in the next week because it was the first film. It was the first week it was opening. So I went to the film. And of course it was, it was a window to another world. I hadn't, that's the power of filmmaking. They can really let you know what's going on this other place. So it was deeply affected by it because it was something I didn't know about. But the politics of the whole situation, I still don't quite understand. And I think there's a lot of places in the world where people need help. And, I want to be, of course, more aware of these places. And I personally want to be able to use my music, my ability to perform, to raise money, and to help raise awareness for people that need help. When I'm on tour, I'm always the happiest and most content when I'm out in nature. When I can go into a forest. I remember being in Germany, and it was raining really hard, but I just remember we were walking around, and I looked, and I saw a forest. It's like, oh my God, we're at the forest. Let's go walking. And we brought my daughter, my friend Lynn and I, and my daughter went in there, and we found this playground in the middle of the forest. I was so happy. I love going and playing retreat centers now because they're always in the middle of some beautiful, place in nature. An old monastery in Massachusetts, or I'll be playing Omega a couple times this year. I try to teach my daughter, which is huge, about not using a lot of paper, and we refer to that all the trash goes to Trash Mountain. And I'm trying to think of really creative ways to raise this human being with this awareness, which is really challenging. So that's a big project. We grow our own food, And we're constantly thinking of ways to upgrade our home and plan for being more green with our power. You know, my partner and I are always brainstorming about how we can change our lives. I mean, all kinds of things. Buying food from local farmers is really big. Just not being excessive with so much stuff. You know, recycling everything and making sure, I mean, it just, you know, making sure everything I buy can be recycled, and even not choosing to buy certain things that are in containers anymore and trying to use the bin. You know, when you go to the store, you can use those, just bring your own plastic bag.